Good afternoon and welcome to InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, following cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insight, thought leaders, and experts. Today we're going over some of today's cannabis highlights, focusing on Believe Inc., traded on the CSE as BE and OTCQX as BLEVF. Scythian Biosciences Corp. trading on the TSXV Venture as SCYB. GRWG Corp. trading on the OTCQX as GRWG. And Invictus MD Strategies Corp. trading on the TSX Ventures under GENE and OTC as IVITF. Starting with a look at Believe Inc., who announced earlier today that its wholly owned subsidiary Believe Cannabis Corp. has received its approval and provider number to service those who have qualified for cannabis coverage through Medavie Blue Cross, including the Canadian veteran community. With over 1 million cardholders, Medavie Blue Cross is one of Canada's leading Blue Cross plans, and although each cardholder's benefits may differ, cannabis coverage is available to patients approved by Blue Cross. Believe CEO Andrew Winnick was quoted saying that, "We aim to help provide ease of access to those with our Blue Cross coverage, allowing patients to cut off a multitude of steps typically needed to make a claim. Our team is ready to accept new patients and are confident in our ability to provide the highest quality service to all patients, including our country's respected servicemen and women." Next, looking at Scythian Biosciences Corp., who announced that Colombian-based Colcanna SAS, a company that Scythian is in the process of acquiring, has received a license for the cultivation and importation of non-psychoactive cannabis, so CBD, by the Ministry of Justice and Law of Colombia. Additionally, Colcanna has entered into an exclusive international supply agreement for Colombia with Aphria Inc., trading on the TSX as APH, which is one of the larger Canadian-owned low-cost producers of medical cannabis. Through the expansion of our partnership with Aphria, it is a great pleasure that I announce our entry into the Colombian market as the first supplier of Aphria's pharma-grade medical CBD oil in the country, said CEO Rob Reed. As we work to finalize the acquisition of Colcanna, we are eager to work hand in hand with Aphria to establish Colcanna as an international supplier of research-backed cannabis products. Colcanna is actually the first cultivator to receive a license to grow CBD in the Colombian coffee zone. Colcanna has additional pending licenses to cultivate THC and for the extraction and exportation of CBD and THC extracts. Located in the temperate climate that supports 4 harvests a year, the first of which is expected in late 2018, this area is ideal for year-round cultivation without the need of artificial climate control. Currently, Colcanna is constructing over 500,000 square feet of total greenhouse production space and is planning to build its laboratory for the fabrication of cannabis extracts in a warehouse in Pereira. Following construction, Colcanna anticipates these facilities will be capable of producing over 2.6 million milliliters of medicinal oil per year. CEO Rob Reed was also quoted saying that, "We look forward to bringing the first cannabis grown in the hallowed soil of the coffee zone to hospitals, doctors, and researchers across Colombia, and eventually the international market." Next, looking at GRWG Corp., who released their first quarter financial reports earlier today. GRWG is one of the largest specialty retail hydroponic and organic gardening stores, selling to both the commercial and home cannabis markets. Some of the first quarter highlights included revenue of $4.4 million, up 70% compared to the revenue of $2.6 million of last year. Darren Lampert, co-founder and CEO, said, "This was another great quarter of sales for GRWG, clearly demonstrating the demand for our products and the scalability of our business as we continue our expansion plans." Further, Lampert stated, "Our company continues to attract capital, raising $10.2 million in debt and equity financing for the quarter, strengthening our balance sheet to $8.8 million in cash and $14.3 million in working capital. Today we have a strong balance sheet of almost $18 million in cash and a strong strategic partners in Gotham Green Partners, Meridia Capital Partners, and Navy Capital. Our acquisition pipeline is robust, totaling over $25 million. For 2018, the company has set a revenue guidance of $37 million. And finally, looking at Invictus MD Strategies Corp., who also made announcements today that it has entered into a binding letter of intent for the option to acquire 100% of the outstanding shares of Option Co. Option Co. has 2 properties. One is located in Delta, British Columbia, and is a state-of-the-art pharmaceutical-grade cannabis production and research facility, which has been submitted to the Health Canada for final review and approval under the ACMPR. The company expects to receive its cultivation license for the Delta's facility in the second quarter of this year. The other property is located in Mission, BC. The Mission's location is under application as well for the ACMPR and is submitted and is awaiting construction for its 50,000 square foot state-of-the-art pharmaceutical grade facility. Subject to completion of satisfactory due diligence, Invictus intends to enter into a definitive option agreement for the purchase of OptionCo on or before June 30th of this year. Dan Krisnick, CEO and chairman, commented, "This is a significant milestone for Invictus as we round out our ACMPR licenses throughout the country. OptionCo will give us significant footprint in BC, already adding to our large footprint in Alberta and Ontario. As we continue to build out our retail and distribution strategy, we need to have additional capacity and plan to aggressively build out the expansion in the short term as we gear up for the legalization of recreational cannabis." Invictus owns and operates cannabis companies in Canada with the vision of producing a variety of high-quality and low-cost cannabis products and strains to the global marketplace. And the company's chief evangelist officer is none other than music legend Gene Simmons, hence Gene for their stock symbol. That is our cannabis stock news for today. Lots of acquisitions in the works, which will be good to keep an eye on moving towards this Friday when the ACMPR licenses are typically issued. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the investorideas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. To hear more podcasts, visit podcast page on investorideas.com.